Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talk the Wellness Tea with Dr. Chalice. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Chalice. I am a licensed professional counselor in private practice. You can learn more about me on my website at www.drChalice.com. Okay, so today I am excited. Have you guys ever heard about the five love languages by Dr. Gary Chapman? If not, oh, he has the five love languages. It applies to married couples. He has the five love languages for singles, the five love languages for children, right? So you can actually learn your children's love languages. So let me give a quick overview of Dr. Gary Chapman's five love languages. All right. Dr. Chapman says the five love languages. Now, we need these love languages to feel loved. And Dr. Chapman says we all have a primary love language and we have a secondary love language. So I'm going to tell you what Dr. Chapman's five love languages are. And I want you to think, what would be your primary love language? Now, your love language, you actually need to feel this from your partner, from your children, from yourself to actually feel loved. All right. So the first love language is words of affirmation. So people need to feel loved when they have words of affirmation. They need to receive that encouragement from their partner or for their from their loved ones to feel that they are loved. They need to hear that they're doing a good job. They need to be encouraged. All right. So that's words of affirmation. Now we have acts of service. For acts of service, people who have this love language, they feel so loved when their partner or their loved one is actually doing things for them. So maybe making them a meal, cooking dinner, putting together that shelf maybe that your partner can't put together. Now, the third love language is quality time. People whose love language is quality time, they just want to spend time with their partner and they want it to be a quality moment, right? So it doesn't have to be often, but it has to be a quality moment, right? So maybe you're doing something where you're engaging and you're actually interacting and connecting with your partner. It's not like being in the same room and you guys are just watching a TV show, but you're not actually connecting, right? So quality time is really about the quality of the connection and the experience that you have with your partner. Okay, so we have words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, receiving gifts. Receiving gifts is the fourth love language. So people with this love language, they just really feel loved when their partner gives them gifts. Oh my God, they feel so special. Maybe it's flowers, maybe it's that cute purse, that your partner wanted, or maybe it's those fly shoes or whatever that your partner wanted. All right, so we have quality time, we have words of affirmation, we have receiving gifts, we have acts of service, and the last one is physical touch. So, people whose love language is physical touch, they are like the affectionate people. They love the touchy feely. They love when their partner maybe just runs their fingers through their hair or touches their arm or puts their hand around their waist. Now, physical touch, people will tend to think, "Oh, sex." No, it's not necessarily sex. Now, listen, all of the physical touch and the intimacy and affection can lead to great sex, but physical touch isn't just about sex. All right. So the five love languages: physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service. Now, Dr. Chapman talks about this in terms of us being in relationship with our children or with our partner or in a marriage, but I want to put a different spin on it. What about the five love languages for ourselves? Like, what if you're not in partnership or relationship? with someone. So, what are your five love languages? You can go to Dr. Gary Chapman's website. You can take his test to discover what yours are. But what I want to talk about today is whatever your love languages are, whatever your primary is, whatever your secondary is, I want to talk about how can you give that to yourself. So if your primary love language is quality time, hey, how can you spend quality time with yourself and enjoy your own company? What might that look like? Might that look like doing absolutely nothing? Hey, the weather is warming up here, maybe it's sitting out on your deck and enjoying the sunshine and listening to your favorite music or reading a favorite book. If you're close to a beach, if you're on vacation, maybe that's, just sitting on a beach, just enjoying the crashing of the waves, the peace and quiet, whatever that is for you. And maybe your love language, your primary love language is acts of service. What are those things that you like to have done for yourselves? Can you do that for yourself? So maybe you like a nice home cooked meal. Maybe you'll cook your favorite meal for yourself tonight. What about receiving gifts? Hey, maybe you don't have a partner or a person that can give you that cute purse that you want, or maybe those fly shoes that you want. So maybe you'll set aside money in your budget to buy that for yourself. Hey, maybe you like to receive flowers. Maybe you don't have a partner or someone who gives you flowers. So what do? You go out and you buy yourself a beautiful bouquet of flowers. Let's see. So we talked about quality time, words of affirmation. We didn't talk about that. So if you like to receive encouraging words from others, how about you encourage yourself? There is nothing like the ability to be able to encourage yourself, right? Because listen, there's going to be times where you go through struggle and you have to garner your resilience. And there's not going to be anyone who maybe understands, right? So you have to have that ability to encourage yourself. How can you do that? You can maybe do positive words of affirmation, maybe waking up in the morning, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying positive things to yourself to help encourage yourself, to help encourage a great day. All right. So I gave examples of words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Okay. Physical touch is the last one. So now, how can we give ourselves physical touch? Hey, I have a great idea. Physical touch. What about a facial? Maybe sometimes you go to a spa and you get a facial, but what about doing your own facial? Just the act of just, like rubbing the different products, massaging it on your face. Some people do like facial rolling with like rose quartz or jade, and they like roll their face. Or maybe what about your favorite scented lotion and just taking your favorite scented lotion and just kind of rubbing that, on your body? So, listen, this was a different way to think about the five love languages, right? We do tend to think of them from Dr. Chapman's perspective. We think about it in terms of being in relationship, being in partnership, but I also want to encourage us to give the five love languages to ourselves. Increase your self love, increase your self compassion, whatever your primary love language is, whatever your secondary love language is. I want you to take time today and throughout the week to give those things to yourself. You all have a great day, and I'll see you on the next episode of Talk the Wellness Tea with Dr. Chalice. Have a great day.